song. I'm happy by myself, not a care in the world. This is a life, just me, myself, and I am watching the clouds up in the sky, all but laughing out loud. I'm telling you why I'm living the life, just me, myself, and I used to think that life was cold and lonely when you up and left me, sadness overwhelming. minding my business, humming a song. I'm happy by myself, not a care in the world. This is a life, just me, myself, and I am watching the clouds up in the sky, all but laughing out loud. I'm telling you why I'm living the life, just me, myself, and I used to think that life was cold and lonely when you up and left me, sadness overwhelming. Oh me, I am out and about. Last night I cried, I thought I'd die without you. I'm happy again. Life is a blessing if I think of you. Ain't a thing that I've been missing. I'm here on my own, just singing this song. Now that you're gone, I'm happy alone. Just me, myself, and I.
And with that, we're live, even though Kemchan's not ready, because we've been 30 minutes we've been on this thing here. Chuck, do me a favor. Can you sit a little more center in your, so I don't have to do any work? You're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and others, to the prequel. That's perfect, Chuck. To the prequel for the upcoming, at some point, Call of Cthulhu live stream NightWatch. I am Adam. I'm not your dungeon master for tonight's festivities. I am your keeper
of arcane lore.
No, I'm just the keeper.
No, it's a keeper of arcane lore.
I'm gonna keep you. I like you guys so much. I'm gonna keep you. I'm not gonna give you away.
Oh. You're not the crypt keeper then.
No, that was. I don't know how to do the voice.
Yeah, don't do the voice.
Chris Andrew, thank you for subscribing with Prime. This is the 17th month. The goalkeeper, Chris Andrew says. Yes, I'm the goalkeeper. What do we say? I don't think huzzah will work in this circumstance. So what do we say for this? Boo.
I always just say yay.
So it's kind of like a scary boo. But it's the reverse of cheering. I don't know. We'll come up with something. But anyway, tonight we're going to do a relatively brief prequel to this game. So, Bromenard, Bee's Knees, Hype Train incoming. Bromenard, thank you for subscribing. This is the 27th month, currently on a 3-month streak. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us here on NightWatch Friday. As we do a little Call of Cthulhu tonight. This is my first time ever running a Call of Cthulhu game, by the way, guys. I've played a few times. Chuck has run a game or two for me. Michael has run a few games for me. Tyler, that was Desert Eagle. What was that? What was the Desert?
I mean, it's Cthulhu. It's just it's Delta Green.
Delta Green, that's what it is. Yeah, it's basically Cthulhu, but with army people. Now we are playing Pulp Cthulhu here. So we're going to have a little bit meatier characters. Michael wasn't happy about this earlier, though. Were you, Michael?
I mean, I hope it's not a cartoon, because every time I play Pulp Cthulhu, it turns into a Roadrunner and Coyote type of scenario.
Anyway, we'll make sure you die. I'm not talking about your character. I'm taling about you personally. This is going so deep. This Cthulhu mythos.
That means that ups my inheritance by another 8%.
That's all for you, Chuck. We'll cut this part out so the lawyers can't get into it. But let's introduce the rest of the group. We don't have everybody tonight, which is why we weren't playing Dragonlance and why we were slowly playing this. Kemchan is still probably creating his character and then trying to get off.
No, I'm done with creating the character. I'm just trying to see. I do not have a powerful laptop, so I can't do streaming everything at once.
He can't stream and do
So
anything else on the computer at the same time.
It's not
I
really
really
your
can't.
laptop.
I really
It's your
can't.
internet.
No,
No,
it's
it's his
not the
laptop.
internet.
Yeah, when
His
he's on his
internet's
other
fine.
computer, it's good.
Yeah, his internet's fine.
No, the internet just hates your laptop.
Whenever I use my wife's no. Whenever I use my wife's laptop, no problems.
Yeah.
Whenever you use mine, big problems.
So let's introduce the group and let's introduce their characters. You only have to say whatever you want to say about the characters, though. You don't have to give too much information here on Prequel episode 1. Yeah, Bromanite says he rolls the dice from his character sheet and it crashes his cam. That's almost exactly what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, why don't we start with Chuck? Because a lot of you don't know Chuck or don't remember him from the couple of times he bothered to play Dragonlance with us.
You know those suspensions are stacked, right? I didn't realize the words I was using were so not allowed by the FTC.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm playing Jules Ulrich. He's a private investigator, adventurer type. Born in Riverside, Iowa. Currently lives in Derry, Maine. He's a striking, tall, dark-haired man with a hawk nose, deep, penetrating green eyes, with a close cropped beard. His right hand, there's a scar from the Great War where he was an artillerist. And he moves with the quickness of a cat.
Oh, yeah. We're learning a little too much about him now. So watch out, ladies.
So some of the things people know about him, because he's a PI, so he works. He's on retainer with the police department. He serves for their special investigative units. For things that are unexplained. And he's divorced. His brother is Lars Ulrich, who's a drummer.
His parents must love that in 1929.
Well, he's the one that had the real life. And that's all. Yeah, that's all I care to share.
All right. You shared a lot more than anyone expected. So
there's a lot more. You want more details?
Just don't get too attached to this character, folks, because Chuck, this is the last time Chuck will ever play this game.
He'll be an NPC going forward.
Let's move on to Michael.
Hey, I am playing Quinn. Quinn has a chiseled jawline, perfectly sculpted face, as if created by an artist. Michelangelo would be jealous. Now, sometimes he has a little stubble for that rugged charm look, kind of like me. But
Michael just created himself
eyes.
as a character, but called it as Quinn, which is what Michael really wants his name to be.
Yeah, that's my other name. Let's see here. I grew up, he grew up in a larger city, so someplace similar to, say, New York City, but not exactly. He very upstanding young man who spent a lot of time in speakeasies, just enjoying the ambiance, never indulging in anything.
Course not.
Of course,
no.
Because of course he chose to become a police detective, which is what he tells people. He even has a badge, which he'll show you if you ask.
We won't.
He's made quite a name for himself. He's smooth talking, fast moving, climbed the ranks. Not so much in the police detective academy thing. But sometimes when people upset Quinn, they have mysterious disappearances that he has to investigate. Strangely, his closure rate isn't all that great when it comes to those people. But, he attends charity events, public appearances, hangs out with, police officers.
So his charity events are the policeman's benevolence ball. Chris Andrew asks, but does he move like a cat? And I guess that's...
Unfortunately, he does not move like a cat, more like a boulder rolling down the hill. If you get in his way, you will be flattened.
Fair enough. Last but not least, the man who cannot be seen. Chem-Chan.
Still in that witness protection program?
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. I'm the man you can't see. So, yes. According to the credits, Chem-Chan is playing a smooth motherfucker. We call him Jerome Biggins. That's right.
Jerome Biggins.
It's a work in progress. But he is from New York City. Born and raised. So he's relatively new to town. Tall, lean, but can handle himself in a fight. Definitely more of an intellectual. Likes gadgets. Big on science.
So a nerd.
Yeah. So it's basically, you're just, again, everyone's just
like
playing
a
themselves here tonight, really, is what it comes down to. Chem-Chan is a smooth nerd.
Sure. And, professionally, he's a journalist. He's an investigative journalist. And, that's all I'm going to give away for now.
All right.
That's all you get for free. You have to pay for the rest.
That is enough. All right, so we start tonight's adventure. We are in the city of Boston, New Year's Eve, 1929. Jerome, as part of your investigative journalist work, you have sort of been, around the block. And during one of your investigations, which was a kidnapping, and where were you from again, Chuck?
I am from originally Riverside, Iowa, but I currently live in Derry, Maine.
That's what I thought, Maine. Okay, but I couldn't remember which was first and which was second. All right. You actually went north to Maine. This is as you've been living in Arkham, Massachusetts. And Jules was the lead investigator. He sort of was brought in by the police force because of he's been well-renowned in missing persons cases, and you got to know him a bit during that encounter. Now let me ask you guys a question. Who was the person who was missing, and did you find them?
It was Will.
So William Dvorak went missing in Derry, Maine. That's amazing, Chuck. Thank you for that. Were you able to locate him?
That's Chem-Chan's call.
Yes, we found him.
Where did you find him, and what was this situation?
We found the body. Let's put it. We found the body.
Okay, so he was dead when you found him. Were you able to uncover who the murderer was and the reason behind the murder? This is supposed to be big band. This does not sound like big band.
What do you think, Chuck? Yes. Did we find the murderer and the motive?
Yeah, we found who we thought killed him.
I doubt you figured it out.
It was we think it was a ritual murder though.
A ritual murder. Okay.
Like he was sacrificed.
Right. He was dragged out into the woods.
And there was a strange
makeshift,
symbol, by the way, that you found, which is what made you think that it was a ritual murder. It was almost like a more danger. You know what the Clemson Tigers logo looks like? That tiger paw. It was kind of like that, but more violent looking. So sharper claws. Less friendly, but it was similar to that. It looked like the like a symbol like etched into his body, like on his chest, scarred over by the time that you found it. Looked like this tiger claw. Never were able to really figure out who did the killing, although there was somebody that eventually was arrested. His name was Gene Collins. And he claimed that he had no idea of what, of who Will was. Although there was a connection to them, they both went by the name Giant Stomp, which nobody called either one of them that. But they got into a little bit of an altercation one night at a bar because of it, as to who could rightfully use that name. But that was the only connection you were really able to find. But again, it was something that Gene didn't remember. He didn't remember ever meeting him in that bar. He claimed that he didn't want people to call him Giant Stomp. You just feel like he was probably embarrassed by that more than anything. And but anyway, so he was arrested and convicted for the murder. The rituals eventually, it seemed to have stopped with Will. So you went back down south to the Boston area, to Arkham, where you've lived since you've graduated college from Arkham University. And yesterday, December 31st, 1929, you uncovered another one of these symbols. It was not on a body, but it was on the side of a building in downtown Boston, south side, near the water. So it was like one of those warehouses, south side of Boston. And the warehouse itself had been boarded up. Would you have checked inside, try to open things up, or would you have left it boarded? Kem-chan. Jerome Biggins, I should say.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I definitely would have checked things out.
Yeah, so you go around to the back, more on the Atlantic Ocean side, and you found a window that had some loose boards. You were able to pry it open, and it was completely cleaned out, empty, nothing inside. But the symbol that you found, that you had seen previously on Will's body, it was definitely cause of alarm, because now you're thinking maybe, just maybe, that this killer or killers are back. So you reached out to the private investigator on that case, Jules Ulrich. and asked him to come down, meet you in Boston to investigate this.
Okay.
So we cut to, it is afternoon on December 31st. The whole city is starting to prepare for their New Year's Eve festivities. A lot of people out. There's a lot of people drinking. It is still the prohibition has recently ended. However, it is still very difficult to get good hooch. But there are places that are, that are serving some of the good stuff and some of the bad stuff. There are still plenty of bootleggers that are, especially in Boston, that are delivering, to these establishments. They kind of figured, well, if you can't beat them, join them. They undercut typically a lot of the bigger named and the legitimate liquor makers. However, they've been bringing stuff in throughout the course of the day. It's sort of this is the first New Year's Eve where it's been legal in Boston to drink. So it's obviously a very big occasion, and really it just started in October. It was August when they lifted prohibition, but it wasn't really until October by the time things really got rolled out here. There's still some states that are that don't allow people to drink alcohol, but Massachusetts and the city of Boston is not one of them. So you get off the train, Jules, and you see your old friend Jerome. It's been a couple of years now. And you are off. You're basically right now in the center of Boston as you get off the train, and I will turn it over to you to have that conversation.
Jerome.
Did you just call him by your name?
Are you okay? My name's Jules.
No, I'm talking to myself before I see you. I'm talking to
okay.
myself.
Hold on. All right, hold on. We're
okay?
inner monologuing.
Focusing.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't that clear? Jerome, you're okay. We're okay. We can do this. He does this. He's psyching himself up because he's not good with people. Or interpersonally, he's not good with people. Okay. So now he sees you walking up on the platform, and I'm waving at you, and I start to run, and I fall on my face.
So you get off the train, and you just see Jerome lying flat on like spread eagle, but up like face down, spread eagle
Like,
on
boom. Yeah.
on the sidewalk. It's like on the cobblestone road outside of. There's like
through the crowd, you see me waving because I'm tall enough. Like you could see me wave, and then I just drop out and disappear.
Just peer around a little bit. Step off the train. Jerome? And look over the edge of the platform. Are you all right?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's good to see you.
Oh yeah. Thanks for coming out. I know you're busy.
I have some more time on my hand. I got rid of the handcuff, so.
Okay. So, what time of day is this?
it's late afternoon.
All right.
It's a very cold day. No snow, but it is very cold. It's in it's 29 degrees here on December 31st. And there's like a wicked, because we're in Boston. There's a wicked wind, a chill coming off of the Atlantic Ocean as well.
Of course there is. All right. So I imagine you, and then I turn it. Sorry, I imagine you want to check into your hotel first.
Hey, you got me a room, right?
Yeah. Come on. So I lead him out.
What is
the
your
streets
credit rating, Jerome?
Bet you wished I was there because
Where
I'm
would I
well.
find that?
You'll be here soon enough. You're not. I don't think you're going to want to get any of them a hotel room though. It should say it's somewhere in your character sheet, but I don't.
It's
know.
one of your skills is credit rating.
Oh, I'm sure it's,
It's under
somewhere.
skills. It's under skills.
It's alphabetical, so C.
Oh, okay. 19.
19. So you, let's see, talents, cash and assets. All right. So, all right. Yeah. I mean, you're doing okay. The hotel room though is it's definitely down on the south side of Boston. It's not in a super nice area. There's definitely some homeless people around. You've got it's the sort of the last hotel before you get into the warehouse district, and then sort of the residential area on the south side of Boston. So you go in. There's a guy behind the counter. He asks you. He says, "Name."
Boston
it's
Police
under,
Department.
No, it's under Biggins. It's under Biggins.
Biggins?
You spend a lot of dough on this place?
Right.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he is
You
not.
can pay me back.
Yeah, no. It's yeah. Basically, this is a 50
Like,
cent.
oh yeah, no. I'll say, oh yeah, bro. I got you the deluxe suite, but it's definitely not.
Yeah, he goes to the little.
You know this is not the cat's meow, right?
He goes, looks at the keys hanging on the wall behind him. He pulls out one. He says, "Here you go, number 2," and it is on the first floor. It is a 4-story walk-up, this building, but you're on the first floor. Around the corner from his desk, there are 2 apartments. There's number 1 and number 2. The hallway sort of ends in a triangle, so you figure it would be very difficult. Like if you and whoever is staying in room number 1 exited at the same time, you would absolutely just run smack into each other. However, there is nobody else in the hallway, so you were able to enter the room. It is a single room. This building was built 1916, and you figure that the room has not been updated since. And there's a bed. There is a small wooden dresser with 3 drawers. There is a wooden night table with no drawers on it. But it does have a one of those gas lamps. There is a window to the outside. However, when you look at the window, there's just a small alley, and it looks right basically at the a brick building. Basically 5 or 6 feet away from you is your view.
Is the window open?
Yeah, there is a when you first walk in, and you get to the desk that the hotel manager sits at. There is a small room before you start walking down the hallway to your rooms that does have the only toilet in the building.
Well, you've sure picked a fine establishment. They don't have any boarding houses down here?
You don't want the boarding house. You don't want the boarding house.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, you're right. I don't want 2 hot meals in a day.
Besides, I'm hoping this won't take too long. You should be in and out of here, and
That's
you
fine.
won't be in. And
It's fine.
know,
You got
didn't
a flivver for us to drive around in too? I mean,
yeah, we're gonna be taking a lot of public transportation.
all right. Oh, I'm glad I brought my walking shoes.
The good news is that the warehouse where you saw that insignia is not a far walk. It's about a 12-minute walk from this hotel.
And if we walk fast, not only will we get there faster, will keep us warm.
Yeah.
That's what the trench coat's for.
Oh, exactly.
And the walking.
And the warm.
Are you still a police officer, right?
He was never
No?
a police officer.
Me? No,
Yeah,
no. I was
Oh.
never a police. You were the police officer.
No, I'm a PI. I work for the police
Now.
department.
Okay.
I've always worked for the police department. It's in Derry, Maine. That's
but
very
you have-
small.
But you have a badge. I've seen your badge.
No, I don't have a badge. I have my 45.
You start to think you may have
use
called
it
the
like
wrong
that.
person.
Damn it! Did I get those numbers mixed up?
You remember my badge is my 45.
That's right.
Yeah, you
course.
think, oh man, I meant to call James Earlman, who was the sergeant on the case, the detective sergeant. I called Jules Ulrich, who was the private investigator. But now this is who you're stuck with.
Damn it!
I mean, I have credentials
No.
that say I work for the Derry Police Department, though.
Okay, there we go. Just in case
Yeah, I mean,
anybody asks, that's good to know.
are you armed?
Okay. I am armed. Yes, I am armed. Because you got to be doing this stuff. But he does. But he doesn't use it a lot. Like he has it, but you've never seen him use it.
You see me take out a long tube, unzip one end, and start pulling out the 12-gauge shotgun.
All right, no. Wait.
What?
We're walking down through the streets of Boston. What do you? No.
What? I
You
mean,
don't need to
isn't?
pull that out now. I don't think
Okay.
think you'll need it yet.
Oh, all right. Well,
I mean,
slide
just keep it on the. Where are you carrying this?
What do you mean? I just carry it over my shoulder.
Oh my god.
I mean, I can put it back in the hunting bag here. I mean, if that's what you want.
Put it back in the. Yeah, no, we don't need that. We don't need that.
Well,
Put
I just don't want to get mugged here, you know.
put it under your coat.
You
We're
want
not
me
gonna get mugged. It's the middle of the day. Put it under your coat.
What do you think this is, Chicago?
It's like you were. Yeah. You
Well,
are.
I told the sergeant I was coming down here, and he said I need to take protection.
Not that. Oh man. Okay.
All right, well, I'll put it away. You lead the way.
How much? Put it away.
All right, I'm taking the 45 though. That's already I've already holstered.
Okay. Yes. That's fine. Take that. Take that.
You seriously don't have a hay burner?
No.
Chuck is the only
It's
one
the
who
city,
seems to have
man.
gotten
Nobody
his dirty
carries those.
slang out.
Yeah. I'm gonna. I'm gonna have to get into the right frame of mind for this.
You gotta get hip. You gotta get hip to the jive here.
Language like that. Okay. All right. Are we there yet, Adam?
No, we're gonna cut to once you guys leave the hotel. We're gonna cut to Michael. Quinn, you have been living in Boston now over the last few months, and you made a contact at a bar recently. Very, very good-looking woman.
I would expect nothing less.
Yeah. Wearing a yellow dress, tight in all the right places. And she was drinking alone at the bar. So, of course, you, I assume, offer her a drink. And she looks at you and says, "Well, you seem like the capable sort."
You might say that. What's a classy dame like you doing in a joint like this?
I was actually really hoping you would say that, so thank you so much for doing it. She takes out a silver cigarette case, pulls out a cigarette, closes it, puts the cigarette in her lips, looks at
Immediately light it.
you. Right? And she says, and she sort of looks you up and down and says, "Well, looking for somebody like you is a matter of fact."
All right. I'll bite.
May I ask?
Nicely, that is.
Yeah. You know what? You actually get a little, because of how good looking you are. You get a little bit of a blush out of her. And she's like the woman version of you. Like, she's that good looking.
How about we step out to the dance floor and we'll have our little conversation out there.
And she nods, puts down her drink, keeps her cigarette.
You have one of those cigarette holders, of course.
Oh yeah, she's definitely has like the long cigarette holder. Yeah, so she'll go out. There is a band playing, and there are people on the dance floor. It is later in the evening, so it's not super crowded. But again, we've just gotten liquor back. This is one of the first places to really open up with a good liquor. And as a man of wealth and taste, you'll tend to come here, periodically. Definitely not the first time you've been in this place. Probably not far from, the room that you're staying at. This is North part of Boston, not far from the wharf. Over in, hold on one moment. I cannot read anything this is saying. There we go.
I signal to the band to play Velvet Nights as I escort her out to the dance floor and begin a slow-paced dance.
All right. This is in the Beacon Hill section of Boston. So once they finish their tune, which is ending soon, they do play that. So the two of you are able to dance to it. And she says, "What's your name, stranger?"
You may call me Quinn, like most people.
Sadie.
Sadie.
Yes.
Well, that's an interesting name. Is it short for something?
No, as a matter of fact. Just Sadie.
Interesting.
If
So,
you want to roll like is there an insight or something like that? Since you
There
seem...
is there's like spot hidden to kind of find stuff that's not seen.
Yeah, that wouldn't be...
There's like a
this.
psychology if you're trying to know if someone's lying to you,
Yeah, roll that.
but I'm not that good at
Yeah,
psychology.
roll me a psychology, since you seem a little suspicious.
I didn't know I was suspicious,
You
but
seemed like it while you were... That's what she got from you, anyway.
I was on the make, but
That's a huge failure. No. Sadie is her name. Has been since the day she was born. Now, what does a man like you do for a living, Quinn?
oh, I'm a police consultant. Sometimes the police can't figure things out, and they bring that to me, and then I'll take a look, and sometimes I'll give them an answer. Usually it's an answer that they're looking for.
Yep, alright, she buys it. Do you do any work on the side?
I can do some work on the side. What are you looking for? Got a hotel, or I've got a room at the hotel nearby.
Well, maybe we'll get to that, maybe we won't. But at the moment, what I'm looking for is, well, somebody of your size and stature that could maybe help a gal out. You see, I work for a very wealthy man. And he has a warehouse down in the south part of the city. And, well, it seems like somebody's been snooping around.
So you need somebody to disappear.
I don't know about disappear. I don't really know what's going on right now. But what I'd like right now is security more than anything.
Now, security services are a little bit beneath me, but I might be able to round somebody up to take care of that for you.
Chris Andrews says, "Well, Michael, that was aggressive. What work do I do? I have a hotel room nearby." My response was, "This is the 30s."
I'm kind of envisioning Mickey Spillane here, Mike Hammer.
Yeah, I get you. Well, I was hoping you would do it. For me.
Why would I do that for you? I mean, you are heating up the room quite nicely with that smile, but I'm not sure why I would go sit at a warehouse, especially if that smile wasn't there.
Well, let me ask you a question. let's not forget about the smile, and that smile would, may stay depending on how good of a job that you do. Are you a man who likes the finer things in life?
One might say that.
I thought so. There's always money, of course.
Oh, I don't work for cheap. That's for certain.
Well.
There's plenty out there that will work security for cheap.
Do I look?
To pay some money, actually.
Do I look like a cheap dame, Mr. Quinn?
Of course not.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't go to this establishment, nor would I be talking to somebody like you if I was looking for cheap. Now, would I?
Most likely not. So, what do you have in mind?
First, you tell me your price. We see how things go this evening at the warehouse. I give you my card, of course. If all goes well, you do well. Well, you come back to my hotel and, well, maybe there's more than a few dollars in it for you, Mr. Quinn.
Tell you what, you go for a nice walk with me along the boardwalk or whatever we have here in Boston. I'm new in town. I haven't seen.
I can tell.
Haven't found all the things yet, but
from Brooklyn originally. Great boardwalk there. You should try it.
And you come walk with me, and I might just walk down to your or take a trip out to your little warehouse and take a peek around there for you.
Well, I'd be delighted. After the song, of course.
That beautiful smile better be waiting for me when I get back.
Yes, well, again, we'll see how you perform.
Oh, I can perform quite nicely, and you will be satisfied when we are done.
And with that, what would we roll for, like, dancing?
Oh, I don't know.
Dexterity, maybe?
Sure.
But I'm going to give you because of your appearance, I'm going to give you an extra die. So you can use basically you can subtract your third die from your roll.
No. How do on this character sheet? Let's see. How do we give an extra dice?
I would just roll your thing and then just roll from the dice roll or whatever. D10.
See it on here, so yeah, that's fine. So, well, that would be very bad. So I think we have an extra dice coming.
Roll a D10. 3. So that's going to give you a 69, which is not great for your 50. However, you do have luck points. So how we use luck points in this game?
Normally, the dice you're rolling replaces the tens place, not the ones place.
Oh, all right. Well, then that's a 42 instead of a 50. But let's talk about luck anyway, because that will give you a success, and you'll be able to dance nicely with her. You can use any amount of luck that you want in this version of the game. So, and I'm not looking at a regular sheet here, but I'm looking whatever. So if you have 50 luck points, let's say, you can use up to 50 luck points. You will get luck points back. Chris Andrew cheers 100 bits to Michael. I don't want to see him trip and fall after that smooth talk. Ha ha, huzzah, I guess.
Yay!
Horror! I don't know. I'm still working on what we do to cheer here during this game. So you have, again, an extra die roll you can bank anytime somebody cheers bits. And it works the same way as our Dragonlance game. So you can keep as many as you could bank them as long as you need to. But anyway, you can use as much luck as you want. So including, let's say that you, as long as you have more than 30 luck points available, you could even use them to come back from the dead. As long as you're not outright killed, which is possible. So if you're like unconscious, you can use 30 or, at least 30 hit points, at least 30 luck points to get yourself back up. But then you only have 1 hit point. So luck you can use, again, as sparingly or as much as you want. You will get some back over the course of the campaign. So sometimes, depending on, you might be able to get some as a bonus, depending on things that you do within the story, or you may be able to get some back at the end of a rest. So keep that in mind. So once you're done with your luck, you don't lose it, although you have a slower time. You can only get back to that maximum you have now. And it may take time to get there, but you will have opportunities to regain luck, basically. All right, so you are dancing. You eventually, after the song ends, she grabs her coat. It is a very fine cashmere overcoat, and the two of you walk to the warehouse. Jules and Jerome, Double J, you guys are already in. You're at. I'm sorry, not in. You're at the warehouse. What do you do?
Okay.
Certain I didn't need a 12 gauge.
Yes, yes. I'm pretty sure you don't need it. I mean, yeah, pretty sure.
So where did you see this symbol?
Okay, so I bring him around to where I broke in, and show him. So we're inside.
Yes, you climb through the window.
And climb through the window. I show him exactly where I found it.
It's on the interior wall. It is what looks to roll me a probably a spot hidden, because I don't know if there's a better. No, there's not. Roll me a spot hidden, Chuck.
Spot hidden, you said?
Yes, as you're investigating this wall.
I'm gonna burn 8 luck points, so.
All right, so you make that with a 60. It does look very much like the symbol that you saw carved into Will's dead carcass.
Can I take my journal out, my book, and flip through to the page that covered my notes from Will's case?
Absolutely, yeah.
And match up my sketch and kind of compare them back and forth.
Yeah. You could even make, like, if you wanted to do like a what is not a bas relief, that's what the thing is, but like a rough sketch, a rubbing, yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah,
So like if we want to go full Uncharted here, for those of you PlayStation aficionados.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do that. And I'll have a date for the newest case here. Jerome Biggins with the big G's.
Yeah, every time you sign your name, by the way, Biggins, you use your 2 capital G's.
Of course.
Of course. As you're doing your rubbing of the symbol, the wall itself doesn't feel quite right. You tap around a little bit, and it sounds hollow, right where this symbol is.
Yeah. Hey, Jerome, See like a hammer or anything around here? Plank of wood. This wall feels a little hollow.
Okay.
Like there's something behind it.
You can roll me, Jerome, a spot hidden.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that.
And it's gonna be hard because the place itself looks empty and it's dark inside. Although there is some light now coming in through that window that you broke into again.
What the hell just happened? All right, so I roll. It says I failed.
Yeah, you have 35. You rolled a 59. You were not able to find any, like a stray hammer or even a piece of wood that may be something
Okay.
you could use here.
All right.
Oh man, I forgot I have a bonus die to spot hidden. So,
Oh.
because we're using talents, right?
We are using talents.
Yeah. I'm gonna blow 10 more luck points for my resourceful talent to allow me to find a hammer.
Fair enough. All right. While Jerome is searching the place, you just look down. And you go, "Oh, here's one."
I think there's one by my feet, Jerome.
Are you gonna make him
Oh.
pick it up?
I'm still
it-
doing the.
I'm not gonna pick it up.
The etching here.
He is still
you know?
doing the
Rubbing.
rubbing on.
Oh my god. All right, fine. He walks over, picks up and he just like kind of holds it up to him.
Well, my hands are full, Jerome. I'm busy
Should I
right
hit?
now.
All right, fine. Then I'll knock around. So I start tapping around.
All right, yeah, you can,
Hammer.
well, yeah, I mean, you can, he's still rubbing this etching, but you can, as you're tapping, you can feel like right where this symbol is a hollow area, unlike the other, it feels very different from the areas around that. So there's effectively, even though this is not a square symbol, there is a square around that symbol, if that makes sense, where there is, it's clearly hollowed out behind it.
All right, I got my
Okay.
etching done. You want to just knock this out quick?
Yes, thank you. And so I start hitting it harder to open it, knock it out, or open it, or something.
Sure.
If I can break it
You
open.
just take the hammer, smash it once,
Yep.
smash it twice, smash it 3 times. It breaks open, and there is a flash of light that hits both of you in the face.
Ah.
And from there we cut to...
Should have brought my shotgun.
We cut to Quinn and Sadie as they are walking arm in arm, I imagine.
Absolutely. Strolling, not really
Sorry,
walking.
Sterling.
Gazing up at the stars, pointing out the beauty and comparing them, of course, to her eyes. You know, the whole thing.
Yeah. Chris Andrew cheers 100 bits each to J&J, the original Odd Couple. Now this is later in the evening. It is probably just before midnight. So just before New Year's. hits. When you guys, left and have wandered, well, you've wandered through. It's been about an hour stroll from where you were to where this warehouse is.
All right.
There are some, as you get to the warehouse, she takes out a key on a silver keychain and goes to the front door. As she puts the key in and turns it, just as you think you would hear a click, you actually hear some explosions from fireworks that are going off as part of the New Year's Eve celebration.
That's all for you, baby.
Roll me a charisma. Do you have a charisma in this game? What is that? Roll me an appearance. We'll use that as our charisma here, unless there's a smooth talk or fast talk.
It's more of my. I should probably redo how I did this character setup, but.
Persuade.
There is a fast talk.
There is.
Or
although
charm.
I kind
Charm.
of banked.
Do you have charm?
I kind of banked all of this into intimidate because of the original concept of the character.
I'm not going to let you use intimidate for this, but I will let you roll a charm just to see. Look, you've
I
already.
failed.
It was a charming thing
failed.
to say.
There's 0% chance I'm gonna succeed.
Oh,
here.
you rolled a 4 versus a 15. That's a hard success.
Okay, I was gonna say there's a 0% chance I'm gonna succeed.
No,
Yes, the fate was with me.
So your numbers, you always get some basic numbers, even if it says
I
0.
know, but I realize, but I'm just I was exaggerating slightly, but
I don't
Anyway.
think so. You sound like Debbie Downer.
He did.
My
He's been Debbie Downer all night, guys.
How
my
many
character
breaths?
concept has changed. So
Is he more positive outlook than the guy playing him?
probably.
So anyway, yeah, that works. You've definitely charmed her with that one. So that'll if this were a Telltale game, it'll say Sadie will remember that. Chris Andrews says the dice want Michael's character to score.
Awesome.
She blushes again, smiles, opens up the door. As she opens up the door, you see a empty warehouse. It's huge. And there is a bright white light coming from the left wall, which would be north in this situation. On the floor below this white, and it is a bright light. You're having a tough time looking directly at it, even from where you are, and you're probably 300 feet away, 350, somewhere thereabouts. And you see two people, bodies, question mark, on the floor. And it basically just like underneath that light, but bathed in it. But you can sort of just see their silhouettes, right? So you can't really tell what they look like. They're just dark silhouettes, and with this bright light in front of them. And Sadie looks at you and says, "Oh dear, you weren't supposed to see that. I am so sorry." And you feel this little pin prick in the back of your neck. And as you look at her, you say, "This is
Oh, you want me to say something?
Yeah, that was my cue for you to say something."
I was gonna say it looks like someone got knocked off their feet. I guess it was your good looks, but
All you get out is, it looks like somebody got, and then you pass, you just fall flat on the ground. You are, everything just goes dark as you fall to the ground. And that is where we will end our prequel episode number 1 of NightWatch here with all of our 3 heroes unconscious.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them. Well, there may be more later on. We'll have Gary and Sedge at some point. But anyway, that is where we were going to end tonight's episode. This was a very quick episode, I understand, but we had to create characters and figure out how to play this game a little bit before. Well, mostly it took Chem Channel one time because he kept having computer issues.
Oh, thanks. Yes.
I
yes,
mean,
I'll-
at least he was jolly about it.
He was. Michael was very cranky earlier on. He's
was
livened
just-
up as we've gotten on. We just needed to get him live. We just needed to get him in front of you guys.
camera.
That just cheered him right up. He was very cranky early on.
I am a professional. The audience gets what the audience wants.
Yes.
I don't have enough choices. I have too many choices.
that actually was very close to a quote.
It's more like the choices I wanted weren't showing up as being available on my character.
It was true. Michael was the only one who was not able to master the character mancer on Roll20. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you.
This simply wasn't revealing, even though it was suggesting. You should
Yeah,
take
it
these
was just
things.
fucking with him, basically.
And it wouldn't let me take those things.
It was, yeah, Roll20, if you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you, was going out of its way to fuck with Michael earlier on
Yes.
tonight.
Definitely was.
So anyway, what we're going to be doing is, when we don't have enough people to play Dragonlance, we will continue with these prequel episodes of NightWatch here. What is NightWatch? You'll find out when we actually start the main game. But we're going to learn more about these characters, more about their backgrounds, their backstories through these prequel episodes during our Dragonlance run. And then once we finish Dragonlance, we will start our main NightWatch game. But anyway, thanks for the couple of you guys who, as always, hang out with us on role-playing Fridays, I guess we'll call it now, instead of D&D Fridays. But we will be back, hopefully, next week with Dragonlance. But we'll see how that goes. But anyway, and I got to make sure I'm ready for this. For Chuck, Kemchan, and Michael, I am Adam, saying good night, be kind to one another, be safe out there, and we will see you next time on probably Dragonlance. Otherwise, NightWatch, a Call of Cthulhu pulp adventure. Good night, guys.
Bye now.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you in a month.
I think you're being very generous with yourself by saying goodbye. Bye.